Welcome to Project Polymath's Introduction to the Creative Economy. My name is Tom Tresser, and this brief presentation will be just an introduction to my background and a little bit about the class that we're going to do together. So I am based in Chicago, and this is my email. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions regarding the class. What I do right now is consult and teach and organize. Basics: born in New York City, came to Illinois in 1980 as a member of the Illinois Shakespeare Festival. I'm a self-styled creativity champion, which I hope I will demonstrate to you over the course of this class. I happen to believe that creativity is part of America's national character and heritage and is essential to our democracy and economy. I've started or led 10 nonprofit enterprises in the arts, community development, and civic engagement, and there are some of my hobbies, which include science fiction and photography and travel. A bit more about my background. As I mentioned, I started out as an actor. That's me in a sort of a noirish adaptation of Hamlet. It's called Dashiell Hamlet. That's me as Laertes, believe it or not. I then went on to become a theater producer for Pegasus Players here in Chicago, and that's an image from Stephen Sondheim's Frogs, which took place in an Olympic-sized swimming pool. We called it Chicago's Splash Hit Musical. I then went to work for People's Housing, a nonprofit housing and community development organization here in Chicago, where I created a community arts program that combined culture, training, and micro-enterprise. I worked for Executive Knowledge Works, doing program development for Fortune 500 companies for executive education and leadership development. I got bitten by the online startup bug and was, I think, maybe the 10th employee for OurHouse.com, which was Ace Hardware's online play. This was back in 1999, and we went from a few employees to 180 in about a year, burned through $110 million, and all I have to show for it is this t-shirt. But the last few years I've been teaching, organizing, and educating, and I'll tell you about some of those classes in a minute. Recent civic activities have been focused on what I call protecting the commons, including here in Chicago protecting our parks with an organization called the Committee to Keep Lincoln Park Public, which became Protect Our Parks. I was also an organizer for something called No Games Chicago. We were a group of grassroots citizens from around the city who opposed Chicago's 2016 Olympic bid. And then I ran for office last year on the Green Party ticket for Cook County Board President. Some of the other classes I've taught or am teaching include Got Creativity, Strategies and Tools for the Next Economy. Now that's for the Stewart School of Business. That's a pioneering class for MBA students. And we're going to talk a little bit about that subject matter later in this class on the connection between creativity and business. Also, The Artist as Activist, Tools and Techniques for Creative Leaders. One of my favorites is Who's Lying to You Now?, which is an introduction to critical thinking and media literacy. Also, The Politics of Creativity, which looks at creativity from a policy, political point of view, and we'll talk about that also in this class. Some of my websites include the professional one, Tresser.com. You can learn about my other classes. You can see my campaign website. You can see my current civic work at TIF Reports if you want to learn about tax increment financing, as well as the current blog I do on creativity and politics. I invite you to connect with me at these various places, at Twitter, Facebook. You can connect with LinkedIn, and also to join 2,200 people from around the world and become a creativity champion. And these include educators, consultants, and artists, and others people who are very, very passionate about this subject called creativity. Finally, strange but true, I used to be a hippie. That's me 40 years ago when I actually had hair. So this class will unfold over 10 weeks. We will be building out the space online for you. There'll be one presentation or lecture per week with some activities and discussions surrounding it. I hope that you will enjoy and join us and make the conversation robust and creative. Obviously, this is a non-credit bearing class and there's no required work, but I do hope that you join in to make the experience as rich as possible for yourself and your creative colleagues. Okay, this is Tom Tresser for Project Polymath, Introduction to the Creative Economy.